The Bimini Islands are the westernmost district of the Bahamas, and they are comprised by a chain of islands about 50 miles due east of Miami. North Bimini is a port of call for several cruise lines, so the majority of tourists visiting Bimini come off the cruise ships. When a ship is in port, it can be very busy, but outside of that, North Bimini is a quiet and charming island that is home to some amazing beaches. North Bimini is known for its abundance of sea life. The fishing and excursions such as snorkeling and scuba diving are very popular and what was attracted us to the island. North Bimini is home to the Neal Watson Dive Center, where they specialize in scuba diving and have been famous for being one of the few places in the world where you can dive with the Great Hammerhead sharks that are seasonally found around Bimini. So sit back and we'll take you along with us to experience diving with some of the biggest sharks we have ever seen.
We are Jillian and Brian, high school sweethearts from Stillwater, Oklahoma. We enjoy finding new adventures through our travel and have developed a passion for sailing. For now, this channel will show our love for sailing through our bareboat charters, as well as sharing the unique places we find while traveling with friends and family. That is, until we can give up our daily grind and fulfill our dream of crewing our own catamaran. Subscribe and follow along with us on our adventures, as we are determined to find the Caribbean's best beaches, bars, and amazing sunsets, one anchorage at a time.
From Fort Lauderdale, there are two main ways to get to Bimini. The ferry, which runs 3 times a week, or by seaplane. So having never been on one, we chose to fly the seaplane. What'd you think of seaplane?
It was awesome.
Seaplane was great. So we just landed in Bimini, flew with Fly Tropic from Fort Lauderdale, and landed here in Bimini. So about a 40-minute flight?
Yeah, ish.
Yeah, 40-minute flight. Yeah, so go to customs and check in, and head to the resort, to the Big Game Resort, and check in for our diving. The Big Game Resort was just a short golf cart ride away. We checked in with their dive shop and then hung around the marina watching the tons of bull sharks that were just hanging around. Later that night, we ended up just grabbing some pizzas from the resort and hanging out by the pool after a long travel day. The next morning, we met at the dive shop to check out all of our gear. Morning, Greg.
Matey, you're welcome to come diving with me.
Once everyone had their gear and the boat was loaded, the crew pulled the lines and we were headed to the dive site, which was about a 20-minute boat ride. When we arrived at the dive site, we took turns descending down from the stern anchor to a depth of about 20 to 25 feet. There we were greeted by tons of nurse sharks, 4 great hammerheads, and 1 7 to 8 foot tiger shark. There were 11 or 12 divers on the trip. We added about double the weight onto our BCD that we normally would on a dive. That helped us stay put on the bottom without too much moving around. We formed a half circle around the guide that had a bait bucket and was hand feeding the sharks to lure them in close. As the dive went on, they brought the circle in a little tighter once the sharks got used to us. The guides were very knowledgeable and seemed to have a very good hand on the sharks, but as the dive went on, it seemed the larger hammerhead and the tiger shark became more aggressive. As the group was focused on the sharks directly in front of us, a second, much larger tiger shark snuck up from behind us. There were 4 guides diving with us, 1 in the middle luring the sharks in, and 3 behind the circle to run interference if any of the sharks decided they wanted one of us divers for lunch. Out of the entire dive, this was the one time that I got nervous. Yeah, that guy just earned a beer at the bar later. I go through air when I dive like I'm running a marathon underwater, so I headed back to the boat after 65 minutes. But the sharks hung around for the entire dive. They are truly remarkable to see. This is not a dive I'll be forgetting anytime soon. As the divers exited the water, we were followed by all the nurse sharks that were on the bottom. Once all the divers were out of the water, the crew pulled up the anchors and we were headed back to the marina. So hey guys, one of the guys that came with us on the trip is Greg Hinkie. Greg is a good friend of ours, avid diver, so he was great to have on the trip for me because I'm very much a beginner. So I was going to kind of get his take on, man, what did you think about the dives, and like how does this compare to other dives that you've done, and I mean, what did you think about the whole trip?
I really enjoyed the dives. I've been wanting to do a hammerhead dive for a long time, and so
is this the first one you've done?
This is the first hammerhead. I've done some reef dives out of Nassau with Stewart Coves, which were fantastic. They've got a great operation. This was a great operation. Hammerheads were really, really cool. I've been wanting this for a couple years now. And then the bonus of having the tiger sharks on the dive, that was pretty fantastic. Very especially cool. That one that was, I don't know, 12, 13 feet long. It was size, big. Yeah. Tiger shark. So that was really cool. A little bit different experience between the two operations, but still a great dive. The reef dives, I've done better reef dives, but they were still nice. Still got to see some good wildlife.
A lot of fish.
A lot of fish, a lot of lobster.
A ton of lobster.
I caught an eel, a garden eel, as well as I saw a stone crab. Yep. And then there was a gigantic lionfish that was bold enough to not be hiding out under a rock. So
luckily, Greg was my buddy diver, and so he pointed all this stuff out and pointed it to me, so I was able to see all.
I'll help you out, brother. I help you out.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Thank you.
I love diving. I love the aquatic life, and so it was fun to come and join you guys on this trip.
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to diving with you guys for a while and joining you on one of your trips because I follow your channel.
Yeah.
And so I highly recommend it to others to subscribe and follow as well.
We're trying.
So I'm looking forward to the next chance when I get to dive with you guys again, or go on one of your liveaboard trips.
Yeah. But usually every trip we go on, we're always planning the next one. So
there you go. All right, sign me up. I'm in.
Yeah. Well, we'll go have some drinks. We'll plan the next one, and maybe you'll see Greg on the next video on the next trip.
Right on. I look forward to it.
Right, thank you guys.
Thanks.
If you haven't done so, consider subscribing to our channel or simply clicking the thumbs up on the video. For every like and subscriber we get, motivates us to keep making more videos. Thanks to all of you who have supported us so far, and until next time.